Hi everyone, how you doing? This is day one of what will be a short and efficient fat loss phase, otherwise known as a mini cut. So essentially I'll spend 10 days on a caloric deficit. I'll weigh myself every morning. I'll take you through a couple of workouts that I'm doing right now. I'll tell you the macros and I'll also tell you the calories at which I'm doing this mini cut. So let's start with my weight this morning, followed by a physique update. I'm cutting on 2078 calories, which is roughly about a 20% caloric deficit from my maintenance. And the reason why I'm cutting on such low calories is because first, this is a mini cut. This is not a proper 4 to 12 week fat loss phase. Second, I'm running an upper-lower kind of low frequency program right now, so I'm training 4 times a week, and apart from that I'm not doing too much exercise, so that's one more reason why I will not be too worried about cutting so much my calories. Now, in terms of macros for this mini cut, I'm at 177 grams of protein, 66 grams of fat and 193 grams of carbohydrates.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
I see a mini cut as simply a way of buying some time into a bulk, which is the mass gaining phase. In order to do that, you'll gain inevitably some fat, and what a mini cut allows you to do is to reduce that fat levels to an acceptable level for you, and then you can resume your bulk. One advantage in that sense is that you won't get all the negative sides of a prolonged time into a caloric deficit. Your adaptive metabolism, your strength loss in the gym, you shouldn't experience, in my experience, you shouldn't experience any strength loss if you're doing a mini cut. You should be able to maintain your strength at the gym, and you should actually make an effort to keep lifting heavy, to not decrease your weight, to keep the intensity high, so you can retain as much muscle mass as you can throughout this mini cut. Okay, so day 5, and I wanted to make a little update today because today was the first day that my body weight actually went up. I started this mini cut at 72.8, went to 72.7, 72.2 on day 3, 71.8 yesterday, and today 71.9, which is actually higher than yesterday's weight. So what I wanted to say about this is that your fat loss process won't be a linear process, so some days your weight might stall, meaning you won't lose or gain weight, and some days it might actually increase, like today for me. So you have to trust the process, you have to trust that you set up your calories in the right manner and don't rush into further decreases in calories or increases in cardio just because your weight went up one day. If this is a pattern, if this continues, you probably fucked up your calories and you have to rethink about that, but I don't think that's the case, so I'll trust how I set up my calories and I'll go with it. Alright, so day 10 and last day of this mini cut. Today the weight was 71.2 kilograms, which was actually below what I was initially aiming for. So I'm gonna stop here. Like I said before, this was not a linear process, and I'm gonna show you a little graph to illustrate that. One thing that I haven't told you yet is what changed for me when I started this mini cut in terms of nutrition. So basically what I did to create this caloric deficit was stop consuming a lot of caloric dense foods like peanut butter, medjool dates, and started going heavy on the vegetables and low calorie volume foods. I also chose foods higher in satiety to keep me full for longer periods of time. Also, I bumped my protein intake a little bit higher so I could keep as much muscle mass as I could. In terms of training, like I told you, I kept my training the same. I was doing an upper lower 2 times a week. I was not doing any form of cardio, so bear that in mind. With that said, I'm gonna show you some side-by-sides. So here you can see the before and the after situation, and probably you can't tell much difference between those, but here on the back shot, it's where I can tell the most difference. The point of this video was to show you what you can do in about 10 days in terms of fat loss. So this was actually on the upper limit of what I will deem acceptable in terms of weight loss, but anywhere in the realm of 1% of body weight loss per week is a good rate. So next time that I'm doing a mini cut, I'm probably gonna start on higher calories, because if I'm losing weight this fast, chances are I'm not gonna be able to keep my strength and muscle mass. And what I'm gonna do now is resume my bulking, get back on a caloric surplus after probably a week or so on a maintenance. That's basically it. I mean, it was time for a mini cut and I thought I can make a video out of this. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you can take something useful from it. And feel free to comment below what you think about the results. I personally think even though they weren't especially good, they were acceptable, but feel free to criticize. That's it guys, over and out.